Welcome to Yoga with Katie. Today we're going to be doing yoga in a chair. Please be mindful of your body and the shapes that we're going to go through today, knowing that you can pause or skip anything that doesn't feel good. We're really going for that feel good sensation today. A little disclaimer, you are practicing yoga by yourself at home. So we're going to be aware of our surroundings, aware of the sensations in our bodies, and we're going to practice yoga responsibly. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Go ahead and scoot to the edge of your chair. Let's start with a strong foundation. You're thinking ankles underneath the knees. Go ahead and lift your toes up, spread them as far as they'll go, and then starting with the pinky, relax them back down onto the ground, going for like a monkey toe here. We're thinking tall through the crown of the head, stacked spine, without sticking your rib cage out, tucking it in. Then option to relax your hands on the legs or maybe even hold onto the chair for a little stability. Let's start with eyes closed or maybe even softened gaze. Inhale, fill up. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. This one's different. Inhale, expanding our lungs as wide as they can go. Exhale through the nose, releasing that rib cage back down. Finding a natural breath in and out through the nose. Keeping a steady rhythm here. Being mindful of your sits bones on your chair. We're going to constantly be reaching through the top of the head, almost like you've got a string coming out of the head, pulling you up like a Christmas ornament. The next time that you exhale, we'll go ahead and blink the eyes open, and we'll begin with the feet. Go ahead and scoot your heels underneath you a little bit more so that they're behind your knees. And we're going to lift the heels up, pushing forward into that arch. Feel the stretch in your toes. Exhale, lower. Maybe you feel the stretch in the back of the ankle and your calf. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Wonderful. Return the feet back underneath the knees. And let's take a grip underneath your favorite leg, still tall, lifting through the heart. So catching underneath the hamstring, go ahead and kick your leg forward and circle that ankle around. Finding those little movements. Exhale, reverse if you haven't already. Finding some strength and keeping the leg up, maybe a hamstring stretch. Awesome, I'm going to give you two options here. One is just to cross the legs like a lady sitting in a chair, and you're going to hinge forward so that you can feel the stretch in the glute. Again, option to hold onto the chair, maybe hands on the legs. If it feels good, maybe the ankle rests above the knee. Same thing, we're hinging, reaching forward, maybe even adding a little extra pressure onto the thigh to really feel that stretch in the glute. Maybe you feel it on your hip flexor or adductor. Pausing here to breathe for 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, sit up tall. Last time, catching behind the thigh just to kick that leg forward as high as you can go. Exhale, lower it down. Other leg gets a turn. Lifting that leg up, we're grabbing that hamstring, kicking the leg forward, and then circle the ankle. It's okay if the leg is bent, not a huge deal. Reverse. When you're ready, option to cross the knees, or maybe ankle comes just above the knee. Inhale, we sit up tall first, find some length. Exhale, hinge forward. We're thinking belly button could maybe touch the thigh. Finding your version of the shape. Being mindful of any pressure or sensations happening in the knees. Go ahead and back off if that's too much. 2 more breaths. The next time that you inhale, sit up tall, catch behind the hamstring, give that leg one strong kick, and then relax it down to the floor. Wonderful. Option to scoot back on your chair for a little bit more stability. Let's do our arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus those arms wide, like you're scraping the wall behind you with the elbows. 2 more times. Inhale, tall. Exhale, cactus. Last one, and we'll hold. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. We're not holding forever, just for one solid breath. Feel that reach through the chest. Exhale, lower. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice big hug. Seeing if you can stack your elbows, maybe even reaching for that scapula behind you. And you're going to lean back into your chair, round your spine, and then tuck your chin. Feeling a stretch in that back body. The more you tuck your chin, the more you'll feel it in the back of the neck. 2 more breaths. Inhale, sit up tall, open arms wide, big stretch. Other arm comes on top now, switching sides. Same thing, squeeze those arms in nice and tight. Grab what you can. Sit back, round the spine, tuck the chin. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Last full breath. When you inhale, we sit up tall, open those arms nice and wide. Wonderful. Let's go for a side bend. Option to grab onto that chair for some stability. Let's take our right arm up to the sky, side bend over to the left. As we side bend, we're thinking sticking our rib cage out to the right, noticing what the hips are doing. We're still feeling both sits bones onto the chair. And then find where it's comfortable for your head. If you want to go one step deeper, maybe that top hand catches behind the skull at the base of the neck, and then you press your skull into your hand, elbow reaches up towards the ceiling, really feeling the stretch through the armpit. 1 more breath in. On your exhale, we'll release. Let's go right into the second side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, side bend. Now when we side bend, we're still thinking shoulders down the back, nice long neck. Option to catch behind the head. Nice and wide here. Completely breathe in, maybe thinking about expanding that left rib cage. We know our left lung only has 2 lobes compared to the right has 3, so really breathe deep. When you exhale, release. Wonderful. Let's go into a bigger shape. We're going to do a warrior 2, very supported on our chair. So option 1 is just stepping your left foot out, so you've got this 90-degree shape happening here. And this could be enough. We're still thinking tall. Maybe you rest your hands on the thighs. And already you could feel this on the inner thigh, maybe a little bit in the hips. If you want to go one step deeper, I like to scoot forward just to give my legs some room. You're going to swing that leg back behind you. Option to straighten it if you have the space. Maybe even placing that foot flat on the earth, feeling the stretch in the ankle. If that's too much, you can always turn up onto the toes, knee faces the floor, and then your hips turn forward. That way we're protecting our knee. So if you're up on your toes and your knee is down, this is more of a lunge. Hips are square to the side, facing that front leg. If you'd like to try warrior 2, we're opening the hips forward. Foot is flat, knee is pointing towards the side. Again, if you're right here, same thing, hips are open towards the front. Whatever shape you've chosen, we're thinking tall through the body, but your rib cage is tucked in, so your core is engaged, protecting that lower back. And then find what's comfortable for your arms. If you'd like them on the hips, great. Maybe adding that strength, the arms are long. Even though our arms are lifted, we still find engagement by squeezing the shoulders back behind us and then depressing them, dropping them down. 2 more breaths. Last one. Wonderful. As you inhale, we'll come back through center and we'll go right into the other side. So set yourself up where you need to. This time our right knee is pointing to the right. Option to stay here with just your leg facing forward. Maybe you stretch it back behind. Feel a nice long length all the way through the ankle. Now be mindful that your toes aren't pointing back behind you, but they're turned in at about 90 degrees. And that way you can feel that knife edge, that's the pinky side of your foot, pressing into the floor. If that feels too much, you can rotate your hips forward, dropping the knee down and the heel comes up. This is also a nice stretch for the foot. Whatever shape you've chosen, notice where your arms would like to be. It could be on the hips, could be arms open wide. If arms are wide, we're still engaging the shoulders. Here we go, 3. Core is strong, 2. Last big breath in. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Coming back through center. Let's do one last shape to close it out. And that's going to be a forward fold. So scooting your glutes to the edge of the chair. And then you're spreading your feet wide. That way you have room for your belly to drop forward. And then maybe your hands reach for the floor. Wherever you are, we're thinking rounding the spine, dropping the head. Really letting your head be ahead. Can you let it relax? We're not here forever. So what can you do to feel good, to get comfortable? And then to help us stand up, we're going to roll through the spine. Option to use your hands to walk up the legs, press up with the knees. We'll sit up tall. Option to hold onto the chair to give you that sense of stability if you're feeling a little dizzy. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's end class the way we began. We're making sure our feet are planted underneath the knees. Sits bones are rooted into the chair, tall through the crown of the head. Let's take our hands in prayer fashion at the center of the heart. Close the eyes, if not softening the gaze. We'll end class with our Undulate Mudra. That's a mudra of gratitude to yourself, thinking of one thing you are grateful for. Could be a person, a place, an object, a pet. When you're ready, guide the thumbs to touch the third eye. This is a reminder to have an open and receptive mind. Thumbs to the lips. This is a reminder to have kind words, not only to others, but to ourselves. And lastly, the thumbs back to the heart. This is a reminder to have a truthful heart, that we are honest within ourselves. The light in me bows to the light within you. Namaste.